Hey guys, this is Paulo Pacheco. How are you? Actually, on the Boston Forum, I'm the fishing, a little Nemo. All right, I decided to make this video just to share with you guys a little bit of my story on salt water, and everything has a beginning, right? And my never gonna forget my beginning what brought me into the salt water. It was these two little guys you can see in the background. The better fish. I had two of those guys. My son had those, and I was one day on my kitchen table, and I was dreaming, like, say, look at them and say, oh my God, this is so cute. But something, it was not right. Something was missing. I have those guys until today, by the way. So I said, you know what? I wanna really. I live on the beach, so I wanna enjoy. I wanna have a saltwater fish. With that said, I'm never gonna forget. I went to the Facebook, and someone was donating like a 48 or 52 ball tank. It was a freshwater tank. No, it was not a drill tank. And then I went down there like 2 hours away. And I was so happy. I said, oh, you know what? I said to my wife, I'm going to buy a couple of Nemos and start my saltwater. Is that okay? She said, yeah, that's okay. But I didn't know. And from that, I kind of Googled a fish store. I was close to Lovely Pet, Marley and Steve. And they actually, start teaching everything about the saltwater. I didn't know anything. So they said, this kind of filter, I don't think you can do that. You can start with the filtration like this, not a sump, in the beginning, since this is not a drill tank or this or that. So I start, that's the way I start with my ball tank. And then I'm never going to forget about a couple months after I was already like a 20 fish inside. Like, who didn't do that? Doing things too fast without thinking. Of course, I didn't want to hurt the fish, and that was never my idea. But on one of the nitrate got too high. I didn't know what nitrate was. I went down there. I said, my fish is not feeling well. What's going on? They tested water. They said, oh my God, you got to come test the water every week. And then it was too high. You got to do like a 50% of water change. And when I did that, I actually ended up killing my entire tank because I did the water change with the cold water, very cold water right away, and there was a 78 or 79 in my tank where I put it like a freezing water, and I didn't know that. I didn't even think about it. I'm never gonna forget that. I cried like a baby, and then I ended up actually killing my fish, unfortunately. That was my very not good experience. In a little bit you guys are gonna start seeing my fish in these tanks, these two tanks. Right now I have I guess a 500 system altogether. Let's see, 530, 230, 150 behind there, and my sump is 150 downstairs on the basement, which you guys are gonna see also the sump in a little bit. But anyway, that's the way it started, and then I jumped right away for 125. And Peter, he's a manager at the Petco in Peabody. Where I used to be. I don't go in Petco buy fishes anymore for a long time now, which I learned the lesson too. Not that they're bad, but sometimes fish doesn't come very healthy. That's everybody knows that. So I stopped buying fishes there, buying from other places, and then Peter actually was very, very nice. He actually helped me out with setting up the entire plumbing with my first sump and everything, with my first drill tank, 125. But then that 125, it was Aquaon, I forget the name, or Marini something. And then right away, I decided actually that was not the tank I want. I want a little bigger than that. And then I got my 150, which is back there. I drove like 5 hours. Peter from Petco, he helped me out, going all the way in New Jersey, I guess. I got that tank for $500, I remember, with the entire, everything included. And then again, I started putting a lot of fish again, one behind another. Peter was saying, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. You gotta wait, you gotta wait, you gotta wait. But I was not patient. But thanks God, this time it didn't happen anything. But then when I got my peninsula water box behind me, I remember you guys actually someone in the photo in the Boston Reef probably saw that. I ended up getting from a guy, which I prefer not to say the name right now. I was able to get all my money back through PayPal, but he gave me a hard time. I remember that I had that experience. So I got one Achilles, and I love tanks. As you can see, this is basic all tanks in this tank. And then I have actually a school of yellow tang and the dory. I have 7 dories, 6 yellow tangs. I love schools. I was, as I was saying, the guy sent me, like, I had to pick up at 4 a.m. at the airport. I think it was 4 a.m. It was too dark. He told me to not put in a light, but just drop inside the tank. The fish was already quarantined, which another lesson that I learned. Now I have my quarantine tank, which I'm not buying fish anymore anyway, so I put it down my quarantine tank, but I have everything downstairs. So and then that fish was with it was sick velvet or something like that, white spots. Next day I saw, and my entire tank died. 28 fish actually from this tank died. My gem tank, my black tank. It was I shared there at the Boston Reef. Someone said it was karma. I don't know who said that. I don't remember. I don't care. But anyway, and the other guys all support me. Most of the guys support me at the Boston Reef, which I really appreciate. It's a great place. I highly recommend for everybody. Boston Reefers. Tim is one of the guys always help me there. He's very nice, and quite a few other guys. But anyway, and then I start from the scratch. I didn't give up on the job. I have to leave this tank without probably 2 or 3 months without fish. One fish survived, and then I had to start all over again. But this time I start over the right way. So I didn't put a lot of fish at the same time. I did the quarantine. I did everything. Talking about corals, I wanna even thank a lot for a couple people. One is Dong. I'm never gonna forget. Everybody knows Dong, the DZ60, I guess, Acro Gardens in Concord. I have to say thank you in this video for Dong, because Dong. A lot of corals that have hits from Dong. He's a very great guy, as everybody knows. Dong, actually, one of the things that I like, he knew my story. He helped me a lot. Most of the lights that I have, it's from him too. And Dong, I'm never gonna forget. Now I'm into acro. I love acros, but everybody knows it's hard. I lost a lot of acros because I did too fast, and my parameters was not good. I'll explain why in a little bit. And then Dong didn't want to sell me acros. I'm never gonna forget. Dong, I want to buy this, man. Come on. He said, no, Paulo, you're not ready. I'm not gonna sell something that your tank is not ready. Bring me water. I'm gonna test. He tested my water. He said, no, I can't sell. So it took me 6 months for him to sell me the very first frag. I never gonna forget that. 6 months to sell me the first acro. And then now you're ready, so you can do that. But anyway, he also, I have this big purple, beautiful purple Stilo behind me, which I got from Tim, which is another guy. Strawberry cake I got from him. This beautiful DG behind me I got from Tim. Also, Tim is a nice guy as well. And the last one I want to talk, it is also, it's not a video, it's just for say thank you for all these people, but I think we should do that. People sometimes just complain, why not say thank you? But one of the guys that I really thank a lot, it's been helping until this day, because my water parameters were crazy, up and down. I was dosing out by hands, testing every day or every other day, and was getting crazy, up and down, up and down. So my get a lot of RTN in my acros, and we know this is not cheap. So I lost a lot of acros of $300, $400 a piece. So I remember that, but I learned the lesson, and then I said, no, that's too much. It's the time, I guess, to automate my system. So as you guys can see, my sump is in the basement. RODI water system, double RODI water from Liquid Gene. It's a great company. I highly recommend too. It works very well for me. I got Tim actually was the one who did this. He came in my home and helped me building up this water station, this salt water station, and he actually I had no idea, not even looking into the Google or YouTube, but Tim came and he built up the entire thing. Now my sump, I had the pleasure, all the plumbing, I did that by myself. I drove everything after I see, Tim, you look at Tim doing all this stuff. He said, man, you can do it, you can do it. And in fact, I did. So it took, many pipes cutting down, cutting back, cutting off, putting glue back again until I made it working. When the day I put it on, I turned the water on, the pump, oh my God, I thought that, the water started going everywhere in my house. So anyway, quickly I turned off and I had to figure out what was going on. Then, that time, Dong. So Dong always gets my text and say, Dong, what this is going on here, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, going back now to my system, I decided to automate everything, get Apex, get everything, Trident, everything. So Josh, it's a JSAC, I think his name, at the Boston Reefer. He was the guy who came, put out this G-Bell. I have a refill ready. I start about a month ago. I already can see the difference. It's really amazing. It's not a cheap stuff also, but it's amazing. My acros now is putting the polyps out in 1 month. Of course, Josh is monitoring everything from his home. Oh my God, he texts me saying, Paulo, don't worry, I'm taking care. I'm trying putting down your alky. I'm putting a level. So he does everything. He came in my home already like 6-7 times. It's a great experience for me. It's a great experience for him also. So we became friends, which is nice. He made this Trident. He made the probes. He put the Apex downstairs, up here. He plugged everything. He put the modes A, B, C, whatever for maintenance. He taught everything to me about the Apex. Which is great, and today I can see one of those things also I put at Apex. It was with the sensors overflow. Right now I remember my tank, that tank back there, he actually overflowed a couple times for no reason. Just my son called me, Daddy, I got water on the floor. Thanks God, all the time I wasn't home. Those 4 times it got overflow, I was right at home. One was in the middle of the night. I saw the noise of the water, so I came here and it was overflow. So that never happened anymore. Once actually it tried to overflow, but the sensor actually reboot my my water pump. It turns off and then reboot the system, which actually it didn't do any overflow. So right now I can, like a peace and quiet, I have all the feedings automated. 7 a.m. my fish gets fed, so I can just play with them, come and look and take, as you guys can see. Oh, by the way, I bought this ring which Josh recommended to me from Little Fishes, because I don't want to turn off my water to feed my fish, all my pumps and everything. My fish, they eat so fast the food, they don't it's less than a minute, they get everything done. So, but before, with the water pump turning down at 7 a.m. as Josh, I asked him to do it, it was turning down, and then that big noise in my home at 7 a.m. So I didn't want to hear that noise anymore. I said, man, I want the overflow keep going. I want the food mix it up. How I can do that? And then he said, it's easy, Paulo, just get the ring from a Little Fish, which I did. Now when the thing turns down, the pellets get inside. Oh my God, guys, look, I guess you can see in the video, it just goes down right there. And then my wave makers, they mix it up and throw inside of the tank. Doesn't go in my overflow, doesn't go to my sump anymore, not to my filters, my sock filters down there. It's just great. This little ring actually helps a lot. So anyway, there's my fishes. I love my blue. But, I love this thing. My wife supports me a lot, Julia, my son actually, we saw a couple fishes. He already caught a couple fishes down on the floor, the Nemos. They're the only one, I don't know how, but they won, they jump. So, You know, again, I want to say thank you for Josh, team, Dong, all, you know, the guys at the reefer, Boston Reefer, that support me a lot in this hobby. That it is, every person has a different way, I guess. You know, we have a parameters that we have to follow, but every tank is different. I learned that as well in a hard way. Some people say you never can put six tanks together separately, and I did actually all this, got in my tank separately, not in the same place, every single one of them. Only my clown tank, it's in the other tank. That was the only one I could make it stay in this tank. But the purple tank is here, the yellow tanks. Hall tank, everybody knows how aggressive he is. But you know, I have a little technique in my way that I do. I put a little trap in here. I leave it for a week, let him go out, take back, put inside. When he goes to the corner, he stays in the corner. If the fish keep fighting him, I'll put it back inside again and for another week. And then like that way, I start introducing the fish. It takes it's a lot of work, but I definitely can make it, then leave it together. As you guys can see, many different species or same species, they were put it separate in my tank, and they are okay. I have some acros, they start growing. And I'm trying to get more acros now to try and make. I'll show this. Make another video probably how big it is my acros in about a year from now, or maybe 6 months. I heard the Red Sea stuff. It makes grows very well and fast in a lot of beautiful colors. I use Hydras 26 for Hydra 26. In this, in the other one, I use the reefer breeders, I guess. I got from Dong, and this is strip lights, the purple, the ultraviolet, I got from Dong. I got two in this tank, one in the other one, which helps a lot for coral wise color stuff. So anyway, I use a skimmer 250 internal, or actually the pump is external. That was something Dong told me. It's more space inside for create the bubble and skim the water, which is really good skimmer. I highly recommend that octopus skimmer for everybody. Basically, that's what it is. Long video, but it's just to tell a little bit of how I start and how I came up until today. Again, my entire system, it is automated today. Thanks Josh again for that. He's the one who did take care of everything. And that's it. I wish the best everyone that is in the salt water. And you know, as I always say, if anyone wants to come and see this tank in person, you are welcome to come. Or I hope to see you guys in one of those shows we have around here. I wish the best for everyone.